it's a little bit different out here when you get Caitlin Clark treatment. It ain't so easy peasy getting to play one-on-one, getting to just do your thing how you want to do it, when you want to do it.
It's official. The mask is off, the illusion is gone, and the Paige Beckers hype train just crashed in broad daylight.
This was the first time we saw Paige really get guarded. This is where we saw what is going to happen in year 2. This is the scout report that needs to be out there on Paige Beckers once the Dallas Wings get good, because Dallas Wings are going to get good at some stage in her career. This was the game where I'm like, okay, we can shut up.
For months, the media force-fed us a fairy tale. Paige was the chosen one, the new queen, the so-called next Caitlin Clark. But last night, that fantasy got ripped to shreds. Paige didn't just lose, she got exposed. And for the first time in her career, she finally got a taste of what we call the Caitlin Clark treatment. Spoiler alert, she folded. Before we break this down, let me ask you, do you still believe in the Paige Beckers hype? Drop it in the comments right now.
The elevation of one Paige Beckers. Oh, she's better than Caitlin Clark. I mean, stab me in the eye with a spoon, for Christ's sakes. Wow. So that's a thing right now. Last night, Paige Beckers dropped 44 points. And we're going to look at a video that just dissects and exposes a lot of that shit. Let me tell you. It exposes a lot of stuff involving Paige Beckers getting special treatment on the court.
For months, ESPN and the WNBA machine pushed Paige like she was basketball royalty. They told us she was more polished than Clark, more efficient, the inevitable heir. Every headline, every panel, every analyst, all parroting the same script. Paige Beckers wasn't just a rookie. She was being painted as the savior of women's basketball.
And Diana said it best. This kid's in for a rude awakening. And they all jumped over her, but they didn't read the whole thing that she said. But nobody's printing. You know, Diana Taurasi was right. This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league. And she's a rookie. And if you're a WNBA player, if you're any kind of player, you're going to say, I'm going to make a statement.
But here's the problem. Hype only lasts until reality slaps it in the face. And reality wears Seattle Storm green.
Diva of Dump Divas Kat Engelbert is breathing a sigh of relief. Her pretend friends in the mainstream media, they are trying to crown a new star. If the media has it their way, this could potentially be the new face of pretend basketball. And it's not just the woke media. There are even some in conservative media who are voluntarily biting into the shit sandwich. Headline at Outkick. No, Caitlin, no problem. Paige Beckers can save the WNBA season.
Let's talk numbers. Paige dropped 44 points against the Sparks, shooting over 80% from the field. The media lost their minds. She's unstoppable. She's better than Clark. The league is saved. Then came Seattle. They didn't roll out red carpets. They rolled out traps, doubles, and physicality. And the result? Paige finished with 11 points on 2 for 11 shooting. 0 assists, 2 rebounds. That's not superstar. That's not even starter level. That's a crash landing.
She went off in a game against the Los Angeles Sparks, scoring 44 points, but the craziest part about that was her shooting percentage. She shot over 80% from the field, and I tweeted about that, and I was like, that's actually insane. Give props where they are due. Shooting over 80%, scoring 44 points is actually, but with this game, like Paige Beckers she put on a masterclass in scoring, and I think with that, these are some big numbers.
For the game, you said, it's going to be important to be physical with like Paige Beckers. Can you talk about the defensive game plan for Dallas and like how your team was able to hold them to their fewest points of the season?
Yeah, it started, with our attention to detail with Paige. I thought, Slim was very physical, stayed in her space, and the actions that we guarded her in, we were very aggressive, showed multiple bodies, and kind of, made her hesitant to use the ball screen a little bit. I thought we rotated well.
This is the difference right here. Paige got one night of Clark-level defense and completely vanished. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark has been living in that storm since her first game. 17% of all flagrant fouls last season against Caitlin. Teams literally game plan around beating her up, hacking, elbowing, blitzing her at half court. And what does she do? She takes the punishment and still drops 20 and 8 a night, dragging Indiana from the basement to the playoffs. Paige, she saw that pressure once and the hype disintegrated.
Paige Beckers got Caitlin Clark treatment for the first time in her career, and it looked bad. It looked real bad. Everybody was running around. Yeah, she was cooking 44 points versus the Sparks. They didn't play a lick of defense, letting this girl play one-on-one basketball in every area of the floor, letting her post up in the mid-range area one-on-one. Now, I'm giving credit. She's a bucket in one-on-one, especially from that mid-range, from the free throw line down area. But this is the first time we watch teams actively be persistent about taking away her spots and what she wants to do.
She got blitzed. She got doubled. And do you want to know what she did as soon as she got blitzed and doubles? She passed. Paige Beckers, look, she played decent amount early in the game. The game was kind of over and she got subbed out. Paige Beckers shot 7 times.
On paper, Paige looks efficient. 19.7 points, 5.3 assists, 4.1 rebounds. Slightly better scoring than Clark's rookie year. And that's the stat ESPN shoved down our throats. But context matters. Paige's buckets came against soft rotations, late closeouts, wide open mid-range looks. Clark's came with bodies draped over her, defenders literally daring refs to call fouls. Efficiency built on comfort versus efficiency built under fire. There's no comparison. 2 makes on 11 attempts, 0 assists. That's Paige when she finally got guarded like Clark.
Paige Bueckers, let me ask you this. How did it feel to be blitzed and played 94 feet before you even get a chance to bring the ball up court like your name was Caitlin Clark, aka my precious CC? You didn't like that, huh? You hear me? You out there was looking like you was about to cry. Yeah, so what do your fans have to say now? Excuse me, where are you Paige Bueckers fans at? That's y'all MVP and face of the league, right? She's boring. She's not good enough. She gets special treatment. But understand, she kept getting blitz after blitz after blitz.
Look up how the WNBA played against Caitlin Clark in terms of the defensive strategy, in terms of the other basketball teams around the WNBA, what they did against Caitlin Clark versus how they've handled Paige this year. Everybody wants to act like Paige is so much better than Caitlin. They're certainly not playing defense on Paige the way they played on Caitlin. They're certainly not attacking her with unnecessary fouls the way they attacked Caitlin with unnecessary fouls last year. So in the 2024 season, there were 35 flagrant fouls called. Caitlin Clark received 17% of the entire season's flagrant fouls, 17%. I mean, we've seen all the injuries, we've seen all the fights, the MMA fights that the WNBA players have gotten into this year. There haven't been 35 flagrant fouls called.
This isn't just about one bad game. This is about a blueprint. Seattle showed the league how easy it is to strip away the Paige Beckers hype. Physical defense, blitzes, force her left, deny her comfort zones. It worked to perfection. And when the hype train derails, it derails fast. Suddenly, the future face of the league looks like just another player. Meanwhile, Clark continues to shatter attendance records, merchandise sales, and TV ratings. She's not just a player, she's a movement.
In a 17 on the floor, she had 0 assists and 11 points. 0 assists. 0. 0 assists. That's mental. That's mental for a player that they were trying to say was better than Caitlin Clark. And I'm not even going to say, oh yeah, you know, the points are everything. Points aren't everything at the end of the day. Assists aren't everything. Like, all of these individual stats aren't everything. It was just the fact that she literally, how many blitzes did the Indiana, or how many open shots did the Indiana Fever get off a Caitlin Clark blitz?
When you guard a player like Paige, it's not just relying on, you know, your guards, whoever has the main matchup, but it becomes a team picture, and understanding, you know, rotations on the ball, off the ball. And I think the other thing that we did, you know, early on, we rebounded decently out of it. We didn't give up too many. I think it was 12-second chance points at the half, but not a lot of you know, deflating possessions after having a lot of deflections and things like that.
Here's the reality the media doesn't want to admit. Caitlin Clark is generational. Paige Beckers is just another next big thing who couldn't handle the spotlight. You can't fake greatness. You can't manufacture a LeBron, a Serena, or a Tiger Woods. You either are or you aren't. And last night, Seattle ripped the curtain off the hoax. Paige Beckers isn't the heir to Clark. She's the product of ESPN wishful thinking. And when tested, she crumbled.
Assists did she have? Not enough. But if her name was Caitlin Clark, I bet she would have had at least 9 to 10 assists. You hear me? Because she's more than just a scorer. You hear me? Unlike Paige Bueckers, she's only a scorer. She's not dynamic. She's boring. You hear me? Clearly she fits the narrative, but she can't handle being double team or triple team.
Did you just say Paige Bueckers will save the WNBA season? This season? The same Paige Beckers that's dating Elmer Fudd? The same Paige that plays in front of empty civic centers for the Dallas Wankers? You expect me to believe she is going to save the WNBA season? She can't even sell out home games. Matter of fact, she doesn't come anywhere close to selling out games. The Wankers rank near the bottom of the league in attendance.
What do you think? Did Seattle end the Paige Beckers experiment for good? Or was this just a one-off bad game? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next breakdown. Because here's the truth, the hype is over, and only Clark remains.